Welcome back to Kenton and Habiba, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. If you are new to this channel, well, welcome. So today we're going to be cooking some very crispy Korean inspired chicken wings. This is going to be so much fun, very easy. If you have an office party to go to, maybe you want to impress your mother-in-law, maybe you've got a party coming up, the holidays are here, I've got you. So we're going to make some fun, crispy, Korean inspired chicken wings. And what's different about these, or what makes them different than the American version, is we're going to fry the wings using a very light batter. So instead of wheat flour, we're going to be using a combination of rice flour and cornstarch. If you can't find cornstarch, which you should have in your regular supermarket, you can always use potato starch. So you can use potato starch or rice flour or cornstarch or a combination of both. So just think of like tempura. If you've ever eaten in a Japanese restaurant, you know the vegetables are fried in this very, very light, flaky batter. So that's what we're going to do here. And also what makes these wings different is that we're going to double fry them. So that's going to make sure they're super, super crispy. And on top of that, we're going to have a very sweet, spicy, tangy sauce. So hold on and I will show you all the ingredients you're going to need. Wings, make sure you've washed them with cold water. And all you're going to do is cut this portion of the wing off. We're not going to eat that. That leaves you with these two areas. So we're going to cut this right in the middle and you're going to have two pieces. So I have about 6 wings in here. We're going to coat our chicken wings with some flour, and again you're going to use some corn starch. So cornstarch, basic cornstarch, which is very fine. If you can't find cornstarch, then find some potato flour. Potato flour can be a little bit expensive for a small amount, but either one is very good. You can also find some rice flour in Asian stores. I haven't tried looking for it in the regular supermarket, but I'm sure they probably sell it in the regular supermarket. So that is your basic. You're not going to use wheat flour. We're using this light alternative. Okay, and also outside coating the chicken, you're going to need some ginger. We're not going to use this whole big piece. We're going to use a small piece, about a tablespoon of ginger that you're going to chop and crush. Some basic salt and a pinch of pepper. So that's going to sprinkle on the chicken. Now when we're done, we're going to be making a sauce. Like I said, a sweet, tangy, peppery, spicy sauce. And this is what you're going to need here. Some vinegar, so about a tablespoon of vinegar. It could be white vinegar or apple cider vinegar. Some soy sauce, about a tablespoon of soy sauce. This is 2 to 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. And you can use pepper flakes, but if you really like a little bit of heat, you can use some Thai chili peppers, or even the larger peppers, dried peppers, just cut them. Today I'm just going to use some Thai chili peppers. And of course our wonderful garlic. So you're going to need about 3 cloves of garlic, which you're going to chop and crush. All together with a little bit of oil. This is going to make our sauce that we're going to cover our fried chicken wings with. So are you ready? Let's get started. Here's our wing. It has been washed and thawed out. So like I said, we're going to cut this part off. Don't want that. And then we're going to cut the remaining wing in 2. So this is how small I want the pieces. Perfect. And we're going to do that with all of them. 2 pieces. And now I've cut a piece of the ginger, so about this much is good. And this ginger is going to get diced and crushed up into the chicken. So what's interesting is that we live in North Carolina, and despite living in the South, I really don't make fried chicken at all. I really don't, because I always thought it was too much work, and you could go out anywhere and get fried chicken, and it wasn't the healthiest thing to eat too often. So I really don't make deep fried chicken at all. But because this Korean recipe seems so tasty and not hard at all, I thought it was worth trying. And it's the holiday season, so why not? Right? So I'm finely chopping this ginger, and we're gonna sprinkle this on the raw chicken along with some salt and pepper. And so you season lightly. We finished chopping up the ginger, and I'm going to add it to the raw chicken. And then get all that ginger in there. Then we're going to add a little bit of salt. You don't want to add too much, especially if you're watching your pressure. Okay, so you salt, and now some black pepper. So black pepper all over it. Okay, and then you got to use your handy hands and mix it all in. Make sure you get that ginger, black pepper, and salt properly mixed in. So I've added some cornstarch to a bowl. In total, you're going to need about half a cup to a cup of cornstarch. So I'm adding it there. And I want to also go ahead and add some rice flour. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour in some rice flour. But like I said before, you don't have to use rice flour at all. If you can just find the cornstarch, that would be fine, or even better, potato flour. Okay, probably have flour all over me. Okay, so now we're going to take the chicken wing, coat the chicken really well with the flour. And remember, it also has salt and black pepper on it, and the ginger. Coat it really well. Get all into those little corners. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, so we're gonna dunk it in the very hot oil, and try not to splash it. So you're going to fry this for about 12 minutes on each side. Waiting for that to fry, now's a good time to start chopping your garlic, getting ready for the sauce that you're going to cover the wings with. So here's my garlic, and you see I have some scallions. I'm going to leave them for the end to garnish with that. So chop your garlic. Garlic is really very good for you. It's so heart healthy, it's good for digestion, and I try to find any excuse to use garlic. You know, you can put it in some foil, you can bake it and turn it into a spreadable garlic butter, or garlic that you can use on garlic bread, for example. I use it in stews, I use it pretty much with almost anything. 12 minutes since we put the chicken in. I'm going to turn it around for the first time so you can see. It's a light color. So you're now going to cook it on the other side for about 12 minutes. Because we want to make sure this chicken is well cooked. There's nothing worse than uncooked chicken. So I'm ready to take them out. Make sure you drain off as much oil as possible. And you can see the color, it's not very dark quite yet. And that's okay, because once you get that sauce on it, it's gonna look so beautiful. Okay, so there's our chicken fried for the first time, and I'm gonna turn the oil down. It was on 400, really hot, so I'm gonna turn it down to about 300, and we're going to refry these wings. So put them right back, and this way they come out super crispy. Instead of just being a little bit crispy, you want them super crispy. So I'm just gonna put them right back. And this time we'll let it fry for about 5 minutes on each side. So our wings are done cooking and frying. And now we're going to make our sauce. So we're just gonna go ahead and make our sauce, and that's what's gonna give it that extra punch. Yes. So to our pot, I have about a tablespoon of oil, light vegetable oil, or you could use grapeseed oil if you can get your hands on that. And I'm going to add some garlic, the chopped 3 cloves of garlic to the oil. Swirl that around. You want it to lightly toast, not burn, just lightly toast. That way you don't get that, you know, bad raw garlic breath. So lightly toast it, to which we're going to add our chili peppers. And that's really going to give it some kick. But like I said, that's optional. If you want, you can add pepper flakes, or you can add a little bit of cayenne powder instead. Okay, woo! You could smell this. Tablespoons of brown sugar, and let that melt and bubble. And then a tablespoon or 2 of your vinegar, so that's going to give it the nice tangy flavor. Maybe we'll do 3. And we're also going to add some soy sauce, and that gives it a little bit of salt. 1, 2. Okay. So you want to mix that really well until it starts to bubble, but you don't want to burn it. So you're going to make this nice, thick, dark syrup. And this is what's going to go all over our wings. So it's sweet, it's tangy, it's peppery, it's savory, all of that good stuff. Can you see that? It's beautiful. Let me tell you, these wings are going to be bomb. So you want to impress your mother-in-law, your boyfriend, your hubby, your co-workers. This is it. Okay, so I think this is done. You don't want to do it too long because you don't want the sugar to burn. Okay, now while it's still hot, I'm going to go ahead and throw in the wings. Our wings, and I'm going to go ahead and throw them right in. And then mix it all up. Make sure your chicken wings are fully coated. Doesn't that look beautiful? Oh my goodness. So you see, you get that little bit of color, and you're going to have some crunch and so much flavor. And yes, the wings are nice and crunchy. So you mix that in and make sure they get all of the sauce. So there we go. Our beautiful Korean inspired wings. So there you have it. Our delicious, crispy, savory, sweet, spicy Korean wings. And I hope you'll try some too. I can't wait to try it. Still really hot. First thing I taste is the garlic and the ginger and the sweetness. It really is delicious. I'm so serious. It is really delicious. You really have to try this. You're not going to be able to eat one of these. I promise you, you're not going to be able to eat just one. It is crispy and light and packed with flavor. And I tell you, flavor, it is the bomb. So if you do make it, make sure you tag me or you let me know that you tried it. We don't need to wait till we get our passport or go abroad to try all these different foods. I think you should be able to try it in the comfort of your own kitchen. So I think my new thing's gonna be that I'm gonna pick one country or different culture, and I'm gonna try food from all over the world right here in my kitchen in North Carolina. So, if you enjoyed this, then I hope you'll come back for the next video. The truth.